Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Osama and I am cybersecurity engineer at MDS. Today in this video we will configure Umbrella's full web proxy traffic to allow in-depth inspection of web traffic. The Secure Web Gateway or SWG supports multiple identity types, so policies can be applied and created for network identities as well as SAML users and SAML groups. The SWG service capability complement existing DNS layer security and together with the cloud firewall or cloud delivered firewall are part of Umbrella's Secure Internet Gateway or SIG vision. The traffic will be redirected to the SWG proxy is supported with backfiles, proxy chaining, or even with the IP signals. So for this demo, we will use an IPsec tunnel as this is a recommended method. Please note that the tunnel is already created and we have a previous video on how to create a tunnel between Umbrella and a branch router. So first we need to enable SAML and user provisioning. To do that, we need to go to the deployment, SAML configuration. On the top right, we need to click on add. Then we need to choose my identity provider, which in this case is Duo Security. We need to download this IDB and share it with Duo. We have already created that and got the Duo metadata. We will upload it here. And click next. Give this as daily. Now we need to test that configuration. We need to put the username and password for any user. This shows that the SAML configuration test was successful. Now we need to configure our web proxy policy. To do that, we need to go to the policy menu, and here we need to click on web policies. We'll add a new one. We need to make sure that the required security access control are checked. Threats also is checked here, and one important thing, we need to make sure the SAML is enabled. We need to click next after that. Then we need to choose our users. For example, in our case, we need to proxy the users in my branch. So I click on certain users here. These users are from the lab. So I click on Jack Romney user, and then I have to choose my IPsec tunnel, which is basically an IPsec tunnel that was created between my CSR and the branch and the umbrella. To click next. We need also to make sure that the enable HTTPS inspection is enabled here. And in this demo, we are going to show you that I can choose certain category to exempt from my HTTPS inspection. So for instance, I need to create a new list, and here I need to add, for instance, the financial institutions. And here I can name it financial. List. So this is basically, or this what this will do is, if my user is browsing through his bank account, they don't want to inspect that and decrypt it. Otherwise, all the websites will be decrypted. So I'll click next. Before that, I just want to highlight that I have already installed my root certificate on the user machine. So this will prevent the warning message since Cisco is replacing the certificate with its certificate. And I need to make sure that I need to add a new one. So for this security setting, I need to choose the malware, command and control, phishing attacks. Click save and press next. Here I want to block, for instance, the setting categories. But for this demo, we will show you that I can block the dating category. So I can name it dating, and I need to go to the dating category, check that, click save, and just to make sure that my dating category is checked again, click next. I will leave that as empty or the default for now with the tenant. Now for the application, we might say I need to block the Facebook. Or before that, let's create a new one, and then I'll name it. I'll give it this, and I will choose Facebook. Click save. This will create from the application a list, and we will choose the Facebook to block. Click next. Now I have created a destination to block destination list. And in this case, I need to show you that we can block certain URLs. So in this demo, we will try to access the domain, and then we will try to browse into the URL. So the URL will be blocked, but the domain will be allowed. I'll leave the file inspection as is. We will also show you that I can block certain files. So for this demo, we are going to block the ISO files. So we will not allow users to download large files such as ISO. We'll keep the block page settings, the default appearance. However, you can customize that. We will name this as branch policy. Save. Before that, you might take some time to review the setting to make sure that you have all the sets as required. So I can see that the dating will be blocked, eyes will be blocked, while inspection is enabled, threat grade is not enabled, category. One of the categories are exempted, which is the financial. Facebook will be blocked, and then I click save. Now we have jumped into the user machine on the branch office. So let's try first to access any website, Cisco for example. have been redirected to my Cisco to authenticate my user Samuel. Okay, let's test the dating category. So for example, let's try the match.com, which is basically a dating website. Okay, as you can see, this site is blocked due to the content filtering. Now let me try to access the gambling website that I have blocked. However, I didn't block the domain, but I have blocked the URL. So when I try to access gambling.com, this should allow me. However, let me try to browse to resources and then news. This will block the URL. Okay. Let's try to access Facebook, which I have blocked based on the application list. As you can see, it's blocked. Now let's try to download an ISO file. So try to go to ubuntu.com, download desktop, and then from there I will try to download an ISO file. As you can see, Umbrella blocked the download ISO file. Next, let's validate that the selective decryption is working. So we will navigate to a HTTPS site like CNN, for example. Now to confirm that Cisco decrypt this site, we'll press on the lock icon here. If I click on connection, I can see that the certificate is verified by Cisco. So this means that Cisco intercepted the connection, decrypt, and then re-encrypt the connection by the Cisco certificate. Now let's try to access one of the financial websites. So I will try the ING. So this is a banking website. So if I click here, I should see that this was not verified by Cisco. So this confirms that the selective decryption is working. That's it everyone, and thank you for watching.